What's up, guys? In this video we're going to be installing an LZMFG steering wheel in my LS400. I have wanted one of these for a really long time and I finally got one a couple months ago. I've wanted one of these ever since I even had a car to put one in when Adam LZ released them, because I've been watching him since back when all he had was his S13, and since my color scheme for this car is orange and black, this steering wheel was the perfect thing for it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I've already got the wheel installed on a quick release hub. I didn't really care to do a quick release, but I have read online that you have to do quick release in order to be able to wire up the horn. So I'm going to attempt to wire up the horn. If I can't do it, then oh well, but I'm going to try. So yeah, this I'm pretty sure just presses in there really hard, and then I got to get the wires attached on the back. And then I'm not really sure how it all works. I'm gonna have to take this apart and kind of look at it for a little bit. But the hub I got, the quick release, and actually I think it's just the quick release. This this hub is just off Amazon. I think it's listed for like an IS300 or whatever, but it's the same as an LS400. And then the quick release is from Star. They had a budget one that looks to be good quality, and it feels like pretty solid quality. I don't see any issues with it. You can see, you just pull this back. It has a lockout button there on the bottom. You can't see it, but there's a lockout button so that you have to actually press that button in to get it off. So I'm going to go ahead and get this wheel off, and then we'll get into installation. My LS400 has an aftermarket, not aftermarket, but an IS300 wheel on it that the previous owner put on, so it might be a little bit different of a process. But I'm going to go ahead and try to get this airbag off, and then get some of the bolts on the side here off, and then we'll get on the installation. So getting the airbag out was super duper easy. It's just two T30 Torx bits. I think I researched what an OEM LS400 wheel looks like, and you can see on this IS300 one right there, there was just one on each side, but I think on an LS400 wheel you have to pop a little cover off, and then there's two T30 Torx bits, but it was really easy to get to. And then once you get the airbag off, you'll have one 19mm nut right there. I had to remove that with an impact, and then now I'm going to just wiggle the wheel off, and then we'll have access to what's behind. So I got the wheel off. What I recommend doing is taking the nut that came off of it and putting it on there a couple turns, so when you don't get it off, when you get it off, it doesn't go flying out. And what I ended up doing was hitting it with some PB Blaster, and I used that torch to heat up the center there because it was really stuck, and then I wrapped this towel around the base and then just hit it with that hammer really hard, and it eventually popped off after about 10 really hard hits. So this is definitely not on there very loose, so be prepared to mess with it for a little bit to get it off, but it's still pretty easy. So there's a Phillips screw right here. I'm going to go ahead and take that off and pull this cover down, because in order to get this hub on, it's not going to fit with the clock spring on. So I'm going to take the clock spring off. So I am going to lose cruise control, but I accidentally broke my clock spring anyways. So when I was doing my power steering rack, because I spun it too much, so that didn't really matter anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. So the clock spring is out. There is two more screws underneath here. Then you can move these plastic pieces out of the way. And then there's four little silver screws on each corner, and then you can take it out. You have to unplug this white plug, and then there's also this yellow plug, which I had to unplug with these two wires like this, and it was not easy. So if you're reconnecting, if you plan on reconnecting your clock spring, I don't know if I'd do it this way. I might take this all the way off and see if there's another plug down in there, but I don't really care because this car has no airbag and will never have an airbag. So I'm gonna tuck all that back together. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do the horn, or if I can even do the horn with that unplugged. So I'm gonna look at that, and then if I can't, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with no horn. So I figured out how to get the horn wired. You will take a paper clip, if it'll focus, and stick it in the leftmost hole of this plug here, and it's the green wire. So if you have a different Lexus, you'll want to put the put a paper clip in the green wire on the plug, and then I have it screwed in right here so that it sticks out, and we'll have some pressure on it because you want it to touch the metal backing plate of this. So whenever I set this on here and it's doing that, right, if I touch these two, it'll complete the circuit and should turn the horn on. So you'll see whenever those touch, the horn goes off. So that's pretty much all you got to do for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all put back together. You'll just connect these wires to the quick release and the steering wheel. You know, it'll have two wires, just match up positive and negative. It's pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. All you do is put this on like that, and then you'll put the nut over it here and then bolt on the quick release, and then the steering wheel will attach from there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get it all put together, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so the steering wheel is on. I figured out, see if I can do this with one hand. It's kind of tricky, actually. It might need a little bit of grease or something. Okay, I can't get it off with one hand. Anyways, the quick release still doesn't give it enough room to make it deep enough for me to plug in the wires back here without jamming it and making it all janky. So I'm going to order a little spacer that will go in between the hub and the quick release, and that'll give me some more room to plug it in, and then I should be good. But this wheel sticks out really far. I'm going to have to like really scoot my seat back, but that's pretty much it for this video. Horn works, everything's good, feels super solid. I'm really happy with it. I love this wheel. The coloring and everything just goes perfect with the whole car, and I like the chicken on the horn. That goes back to the super early days of Adam's channel, and it was made by MPI, you can see, which is an Italian company, which I'm Italian, so that's cool, and that LZMFG logo. But yeah, enough. I guess I'll show it from out here too. But it looks really good in the car. It's a little bit smaller than an OEM LS400 wheel, but I like it a lot. So yeah, please leave a like and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at NickJournap, and I'll see you in the next video.